The Young and the Restless is full of intrigue, arguments, and family secrets. The latest episode has been filled with drama that has kept viewers glued to the screen. Characters like Sharon Newman, Tracy Abbott, Nikki Newman, Jack Abbott, Daniel Romalotti, Tessa, Billy Abbott, and Phyllis Summers are facing challenges and complex relationships. Sharon takes on writer role for Tracy Abbott. Sharon Newman, a beloved character with deep and touching stories, will now take on a new role, writer for Tracy Abbott. Tracy, known for her serious personality and passion for writing, will seek Sharon's help on a major project. This is an opportunity for Sharon to express her creative side and develop a relationship with Tracy. However, this collaboration is more than just work. Sharon may have to deal with unresolved feelings from the past, and the tension between Sharon and Tracy may begin to surface. Sharon is feeling the pressure of dealing with personal issues, while Tracy is fiercely protective of her family. Will Sharon be able to help Tracy overcome her challenges and find joy in her work? Or will Tracy be the one to help Sharon deal with her personal suffering? Nikki and Jack argue over Victor. A constant in the Abbott family storylines is the tense debate between Nikki and Jack Abbott. Jack, who is always vigilant and perceptive, believes that Nikki's husband, Victor Newman, is still plotting against him. Although Jack has reason to suspect Victor, and this time he is right, Nikki, out of love and loyalty to her husband, still blindly protects Victor. The confrontation between Jack and Nikki is more than just an argument, it is a clash of reason and emotion. Nikki doesn't want to believe that Victor, the man she loves, could be doing something wrong, but Jack's instincts are unerring. Will Nikki dare to face the truth about her husband, or will she continue to protect Victor, even if she may lose other loved ones in the process? Billy and Phyllis share new plans. Billy Abbott, who always has bold plans, meets with Phyllis Summers to share his new plans for Abbott Communications. Although Phyllis is still struggling with the aftermath of the kidnapping, she can't help but wonder what Billy is up to. However, the conversation quickly turns to another topic. Is Billy really working with Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious figure who could pose a great danger to Abbott Communications and the Abbott family? Billy, with his career full of ups and downs, is always willing to take risky steps to achieve his goals, and this time it could be one of the most dangerous steps of his life. Will Phyllis trust Billy's plan, or will she start to doubt the hidden truths behind his decisions? Daniel and Tessa deal with complicated emotions in a less tense setting. Daniel Romalotti and Tessa will discuss Mariah's situation. Mariah is still struggling with guilt and self-blame for what happened to Sharon. Daniel, as a close friend to both Mariah and Tessa, will try to find a way to help her deal with these psychological issues. No matter how strong Mariah is, her inner waves will still drag her down. Daniel believes that he may be the one to talk to Mariah, help her escape her negative thoughts and find peace of mind. But can Daniel do that when he is also facing his own problems in the Romalotti family? Devon receives disturbing news. Devon Hamilton, who has always been a strong pillar in the Abbott family, will receive some bad news. This news could involve a change in the family's financial situation or an unexpected legal issue, and Devon will have to figure out how to deal with it. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott and Claire will break some rules, perhaps at work or in their personal relationships, making things more complicated. Phyllis and Sharon will have an important conversation about the challenges they are facing. Phyllis, despite her strong and resilient appearance, has not yet overcome the profound effects of the kidnapping. Sharon, with her intelligence and ability to understand others, will try to help Phyllis face her inner fears. But will this connection be enough for them to overcome their own challenges? Or will this conversation only bring to light the conflicts and difficulties that neither of them can avoid? The Young and the Restless, the Abbott family saga, is never short of tension, mystery, and complicated relationships. Recently, Jack Abbott's concerns about Alan Laurent have opened a chain of shocking events in the family, when he warns his sister, Tracy, about the dark plots and mysteries that Alan may be hiding. Will Tracy be sober enough to listen to her brother's advice, or will she continue to embark on a dangerous journey? This story will take viewers from caution to tense situations, exploring deeper into the unrevealed secrets about Alan, Martin, and the Abbott family. Jack warns Tracy, Alan is not trustworthy. At the beginning of the story, Jack Abbott, who always values his family and has a keen instinct for recognizing danger, cannot help but worry when he sees his sister, Tracy, embarking on a relationship with Alan Laurent. After observing a series of suspicious events, Jack decides to warn Tracy about Alan. He believes that Alan is not a trustworthy person and could harm her at any time. Jack worries that Alan may have dark intentions and will not hesitate to harm Tracy if his goals are threatened. He emphasizes that, with the shadiness surrounding Alan, Tracy needs to be very careful and question his true motives. Tracy is an intelligent woman, but Jack knows that love can sometimes blind people, making it easy to ignore the danger signs. However, Tracy, with an open heart and trust in the person she loves, does not easily listen to Jack's advice. She protests, claiming that Alan is someone she loves and trusts, and does not want to see Jack's suspicion, although she cannot deny that she has a feeling of insecurity in her heart. Will Tracy be calm enough to listen to her brother, or will she continue to trust Alan? The crucial encounter at Crimson Lights. To learn more about her suspicions, Tracy decides to meet Sharon at Crimson Lights. Sharon, who has also been through many crises in her life, especially the horrific kidnapping that she and Phyllis experienced at Havenhurst, is someone who can understand the stress and anxiety that Tracy is facing. Sharon shares with Tracy about her traumatic experiences, the unsettling emotions and strange signs she felt during her captivity. Sharon tells about life in Havenhurst, where she and Phyllis were trapped, and the constant conversations with the kidnapper, which made her realize that not everyone is what they seem. Sharon realizes that there are mysteries that cannot be ignored, and that sometimes the unsettling feeling inside is a sign of a larger conspiracy. Sharon's story, though heartbreaking, makes Tracy begin to doubt Alan. The details of Sharon's story create an alarming connection between the kidnapping and the phone warnings Tracy receives from Alan. Could Alan be her own twin brother, Martin Laurent? The question remains unanswered, but Tracy's suspicions grow. After her pivotal encounter with Sharon, Tracy can't help but think about what Sharon has shared. When she returns home, she decides to discuss what she's feeling with Jack. Tracy tells her brother about her suspicions that Alan may not be who he says he is. She can't ignore the ambiguity of Alan's past and the strange circumstances that have been occurring lately. Is Alan really who she thinks he is, or is he her twin brother Martin, someone she's never met? Jack, always alert and cautious, senses the danger in Tracy's thoughts. He becomes more worried than ever when he learns that his sister is harboring doubts about the man she intends to spend her life with. Jack understands that the truth behind Alan may be much more complicated than Tracy sees. But is Tracy rational enough to question what she believes? The big decision: will Tracy listen to Jack's advice? As Tracy continues to think about what she heard from Sharon and her conversation with Jack, she is faced with an important decision. Jack advises her to abandon her plans to go to Paris to meet Alan, fearing that the trip could put her in danger. Tracy is confused, unable to easily give up on Alan, but also unable to ignore Jack's warnings and the events that have occurred. She must decide whether she is willing to ignore Jack's advice and travel to Paris to meet Alan, or listen to the concerns of her brother, who puts family first. Can Tracy realize that her own safety is more important than trusting Alan, or will she continue on a dangerous journey whose consequences she cannot yet see? The complex relationships between Tracy, Alan, Jack, and Sharon paint a picture of tension and mystery. Unrevealed secrets about Alan, Tracy's doubts, and Jack's vigilance will push the Abbott family story into a thrilling situation. Will Tracy listen to her brother's concerns and abandon her plan to go to Paris, or will she continue to follow her heart and face the danger? Everything will continue, and the next episodes will definitely make the story more thrilling and full of surprises. In the world of conspiracy, mystery, and tangled relationships of the young and the restless, characters like Tracy Abbott, Sharon Newman, Alan Laurent, and Jack Abbott are embarking on a tense, challenging journey. The situation they are facing is not only the suspicion of a romantic relationship but also dark doubts related to Alan's identity and motives. Can Tracy discover the truth about her fiancé before it's too late, or will she face a major crisis in the Abbott family? Sharon Newman helps Tracy uncover the mystery of Alan Laurent. Tracy Abbott is facing a terrifying truth. Her fiancé, Alan Laurent, whom she trusted and loved for so long, has now become a character Tracy cannot understand. Her insecurities are growing, and Tracy decides to seek help from her trusted friend, Sharon Newman. Sharon, who has experienced much suffering and challenges in her life, is the one who can help Tracy see the problem more clearly. Sharon knows that sometimes, when faced with painful secrets, people need the support and sanity of a friend. She realizes that what Tracy is experiencing is no coincidence, and that Alan's change in behavior cannot simply be a matter of emotional issues. As Tracy begins to share her suspicions with Sharon, she cannot deny one thing: Alan does not seem to be the person she once knew. The strange changes in the way he acts, the ambiguous events around him, all lead Tracy to doubt Alan's true identity. Sharon encourages Tracy to connect the dots, and helps her realize that Alan may actually be someone else: Martin Laurent, a man she has never heard of. Devin Hamilton receives disturbing news while Tracy is struggling with her suspicions about Alan. Disturbing news comes in, involving the Abbott family. Devin Hamilton, one of the trusted figures in the family, receives disturbing information that could pose a threat to Tracy and those around her. This threat may be related to Alan or the plots he is hiding. Devin is even more worried about this news, and he decides to share it with Jack Abbott. The tension in the family escalates when Jack hears this news. He feels more confused and does not know what to do to protect his sister. Is Martin Laurent's shadow really threatening Tracy, or is it all just a misunderstanding? Devin, with her sharp reasoning ability, quickly realizes that the situation is becoming more serious than ever. Tracy's sense of unease grows. After talking to Sharon, she begins to realize that something is very wrong with Alan. From changes in his behavior, to a lack of transparency in his past, Tracy begins to suspect that Alan is not who she thought he was. Some signs that she had overlooked before are now clearer than ever. She even mentions to Jack that Alan is like someone else, and this feeling cannot be ignored. Tracy realizes that Alan may actually be Martin Laurent, someone she has never met, and that this may be a dangerous plot that she is unaware of. With Sharon's support, Tracy decides to find out the truth. She begins to doubt everything she has believed about Alan. Tracy cannot continue to live in uncertainty and decides to clear things up before it is too late. By the end of the week, Tracy still cannot find the right answer about Alan. She is still torn between love and doubt. Jack, with his strong protective instinct, is increasingly afraid for his sister's safety. He worries that Tracy may be caught up in a plot that she cannot foresee. This makes Jack even more stressed and determined to prevent Tracy from going to Paris to meet Alan. Jack worries that if Tracy continues down this path, she may find herself in a dangerous situation from which she cannot escape. He is determined not to expose his sister to danger, and a tense conversation between him and Tracy ensues. Jack advises Tracy to abandon her plans to go to Paris, but will she listen to him? Tracy, despite her love for Alan, couldn't help but feel that strange signs were appearing more and more. She knew that she had to act before it was too late. Tracy opens up to Jack one Friday afternoon. After taking some time to think, Tracy decided to open up to Jack about what she had discovered. She could no longer hide her suspicions. Tracy admitted that she had realized that something was wrong with Alan, and she was worried about the secrets he might be hiding. Jack, with a nervousness that he couldn't hide, felt relieved that his sister had finally begun to believe what he had warned her about. But would this be enough to stop Tracy from deciding to go to Paris to see Alan? Jack was still uncertain, and worried that Tracy would follow her heart without realizing the danger she was facing. As the dark secrets and intrigues surrounding Alan Laurent are revealed, Tracy Abbott faces a difficult choice. Will she heed her brother Jack's advice and abandon her plans to meet Alan, or will she continue to believe in love and travel to Paris to meet the man she thought was her fiancé? Meanwhile, Sharon Newman helps Tracy connect the dots, helping her realize that Alan may not be who she seems. But the big question remains: who is Alan really, and can Tracy uncover the truth before it's too late? The Abbott family's confrontation between love, suspicion, and loyalty continues to be thrilling and full of surprises, leading viewers into dramatic situations in the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless. Subscribe to YNR to stay up to date with the latest news on our channel.